Fine. Hello everyone, I guess. Don't expect me to be all friendly or anything. Do I really have to do this? Fine. My name is Reiko. I'm just here, I guess. Just don't get any ideas or anything. Fine, whatever. Today we're apparently reacting to some stupid subreddit called r/Reddit. Don't expect me to enjoy this or anything.
What screams, "I'm bad with money"?
That's such a dumb question. Anyone who spends all their money on useless things screams, "I'm bad with money." Not that I care or anything.
I had a buddy in college who would go through a cycle of bragging about how much money he had. Spend it all on dumb stuff. Then brag about how poor he was. All while bragging how he was a rich kid. The best part was when he was bragging about having some money to this girl he liked. Turns out that girl came from an actually wealthy family. She said, "It's only $5,000. Why do you keep mentioning it? Is that a lot to you?" Quote, that event shut him up for a bit lol.
Sounds like that guy definitely screams, "I'm bad with money." Bragging about how much you have and then ending up broke? Pathetic. And getting shut down by a girl from an actually wealthy family? That's just embarrassing. Not that I care or anything.
I know someone that paid to get their used red Nissan Sentra wrapped in blue. They are unemployed.
That's just ridiculous. Who in their right mind would spend money on something like that when they're unemployed? Clearly that person really screams, "I'm bad with money." It's just so stupid.
I work on cars for a living and the vast majority of the BMWs that come into my shop have slick tires and lights blinking on their dash. So many of these people can barely afford a luxury car, let alone the maintenance required to keep them nice and running.
Those people with their fancy BMWs thinking they're so high and mighty, but then they can't even afford to properly maintain them? Pathetic. It's like they're trying to show off their status when in reality, they're just screaming, "I'm bad with money." Such a waste. Not that I really care about any of this or anything.
My mom and sister live together still. Couldn't afford rent or their car between the two of them. Nearly had the car repossessed and were closing in on eviction until my grandmother loaned them. She explicitly said, "Pay me back when you're more stable, enough money to keep the car and stay in their apartment." 4 months later my sister gets her tax refund for $4,500. She had a kid and isn't with the father. And instead of making any effort to pay my grandmother back, pay off the car, or have any sort of emergency fund, the two of them buy an expensive purebred puppy, Airedale Terrier. They dropped over $2,000 for the dog and then spent another $500 on a crate, toys, leashes, and dog food. Less than 6 months later they lost the car and were evicted. They moved in with my aunt and her husband hated the dog, so it was taken to the SPCA. It wasn't even a year old. My grandmother didn't see a cent of money returned before she died. So, that people bad with money buy things they can't afford instead of stabilizing what they already have.
That story is just so frustrating. Your mom and sister couldn't even afford rent or their car, but instead of being responsible and paying back the loan from your grandmother, they go out and splurge on an expensive purebred puppy? That's just irresponsible and shows how bad they are with money. It's like they never learn from their mistakes. Not that it matters to me or anything.
Using credit to buy luxury items, then paying the minimum due, accumulating interest.
Using credit to buy luxury items, and then only paying the minimum due? That's a sure sign of someone who's bad with money. It's like they're just digging themselves into a deeper hole without even realizing it. How foolish. Not that I really care about their financial decisions or anything. Geez, fine. Bye, I guess. And if you want to subscribe or whatever, go ahead. Not that I care about it or anything.